Yeah, the hardware kind of fucked up. It's I gotta get a new phone which got the mic onto it, which is why everything is sounding kind of iffy for this return episode of the show. I was trying to record spontaneously out of nowhere because I got into an argument with Talib Kweli, and I said I'm gonna use this as the topic because I was wondering what I'm gonna start the show off with. This could be the topic of the show, starting Mayday. So yeah. And this is the part where you're supposed to ask, why were you arguing with Talib Kweli? You still there?
You were bored? My silence is your cue.
Right, that's the cue. And then I want to tell you what I heard about Phase 4 as far as Marvel, and then that Peter Pan movie was kind of shitty.
You saw it already?
I didn't mean to, but it happened.
Yeah,
and I love Peter Pan. I love Peter Pan.
Yeah, you want to watch that crap.
I wanted to watch it. I did. It just after I watched it. I wanted to watch it, and after I watched it, I was like, nope.
I can't get these 2 hours of my life back.
No, I stopped like halfway through. It because it was started to talk crazy. It started off the first thing. It started off kind of good, and then it went into this folklore talking about Peter Pan and Captain Hook used to be best friends because Captain Hook was the first lost boy. So I'm like, okay, they go with that storyline. How many times has that been used? And then they just kept getting crazier and crazier, and I just. Maverick, the first crazy thing was Wendy somewhat is like a god. She knows the whole universe from reading stories. So everybody like, oh my god, how did you know my name? And she's like, I read your book when I was in school. Yeah, it's wild. And then they got an Indian Peter Pan. He cool.
Wild is putting it nicely as possible, cuz.
Then they got the Indian Peter Pan, which I'm sure.
It's like what's that? I told you about the rights to Winnie the Pooh being up for grabs.
Well, they just made a Winnie the Pooh horror movie called.
No, it's called Blood and Honey.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised at that statement.
Peter Pan, because I will literally rewrite the hell out of that mess.
I think Peter Pan was good as it is, but I would go deeper.
Farther than the mythical little thing that's the size of a mosquito being black now. But that was she's black. Bright as black.
And what's wild about white people who say that shit is that they usually doing something that some black person taught them at the moment they saying it. So it's like you don't like black people. But at the same time, you doing something that some black did in front of you and it impressed you. So now you wearing your hair like this. Now you wearing your pants like this. Now you listen to this type of music.
So next we gonna come up with the black Pinocchio doll.
And that story had to be nothing less than voodoo. It had to take place in Haiti. It can't be in Italy no more.
New Orleans.
Haiti, nigga. Haiti is not even gonna be a story like that no more. It's gonna be totally black history if they do a black Pinocchio. Like, are you serious?
Dolls from Tales from the Hood.
No, we don't want it to be horror. We don't want our story to be horror. We want it to be beautiful. It had to be in Haiti though. If you do it, can't be in Italy. Can't have no black Italian boy.
It'll be beautiful at the end. Where Pinocchio, before he becomes a boy, smokes a blunt with his creator.
Listen, it is all coming together.
Jimmy Cricket as they weave in.
Ain't no Jimmy Cricket. He gonna be a grasshopper now.
It's a blue.
He a grasshopper now.
He already green though. It's been subliminal.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. We gonna play the game with him. We ain't gonna make him black because he was a cricket. That means Jimmy was a nigga the whole time. They just didn't want to show us. So we gonna make him green. He gonna be a grasshopper now. We gonna play that game with him. And it's gonna be a white boy now. Because Jimmy Cricket the whole time was his black assistant.
That's where he keep his stash.
Listen, Jimmy Cricket was his black assistant because every white boy back then, you wasn't a real white boy. Was you truly making history if you didn't have a black assistant? Like,
right.
So that was their version of it for Pinocchio.
The assistant is a softer name than slave.
You know what I'm saying? Now you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, we have a black assistant. Seems you have a whole field of black assistants.
Listen.
But I mean, they were what Peter Pan and Three Musketeers. I would say those are probably the two most remade stories.
Yep.
I didn't see that one that came out. What was 03, 04?
It was good.
They jacked Coldplay as soon as clocks came out for the promo.
It was good though. I fucked with it. It had more action.
When I first talked about Sprite being black, I was like,
who being black? You said who was black?
And her brother's black.
Who black?
Something.
You said who was black? I didn't get what you said. You run that back. We need to hear you again.
But it was gonna happen.
No, you said no. Say it again. We being serious right now. Say it again. You said
to give it to somebody else.
Who?
Let the Japanese writers and directors get their hands on it.
You said who was black? Sprite?
Huh?
You said Sprite was black?
Well, yeah, this last version, man.
Or what?
I'm like, why don't you go a little further than that? That's what I'm saying. Like, hell, man, they had what a female play Peter Pan before in the past.
That's because back in the day they used to let women play the little boy roles because they didn't believe women could be
androgynous type of.
No, because little boys, had voices and figures like women.
Oh yeah.
So
Riley in the Boondocks.
So that was like their only come up. They used to have grown women playing little boys, and they had little boys playing women because they didn't think women should get an equal, a leading role next to them. Like it was only reserved for men. So they would have little boys before they hit puberty play the women roles, and women will audition to play little boy roles because the little boys had become like a position ahead of them just off their sex. This could be a 10-year-old boy and you're a 43-year-old woman. You gotta listen to him in some societies. For real.
Well, that's going on. They do it all the Bart, Tails in the Sonic 2 movie.
I didn't see it yet, but I heard at the end of it.
Oh, really? You didn't?
I heard at the end of it they show you Shadow.
His brother, she's from Michigan. I can't recall her name right now. The woman that did Tails' voice.
Okay.
But apparently that you need to watch that because that, according to him, is Jim Carrey's final role in a movie.
Oh yeah, he said that. Yeah, so he probably gonna finish part 3, and then that's gonna be it. He said it.
Wait, he said? Well, he already said that was it.
No, I'm saying like they probably got him. He probably said the role of Robotnik is it because part 3 is coming out. They introduced Shadow.
Yeah.
So he did
like that. They came out with a freaking Sonic RPG years ago that I knew nothing about or really cared about because
that probably was around the time.
Watches on YouTube. Shout out.
That probably was around the time when they were still competing.
Reviews.
That probably was around the time when they were still competing with Mario, and since Mario dropped his RPG, they was like, "Let us."
No, this was on the I don't think it was Saturn. I don't think that was Dreamcast was the last system they came out with.
Yeah.
It was one of those.
They need to come back.
Yeah, I heard rumors about them coming back, and then it flops again as far as them making consoles. Because as far as them making games, the only games they ever make involve Sonic.
No, they made other games. They just were shitty games.
Like what?
They made Golden Axe for the Xbox 360. That's the last one I played. They made they made a shooting game. I forgot the name of it. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as I know, they came up to at least 360.
Yeah,
they may have a couple of shitty games on Xbox One.
How House of the Dead Overkill.
House of the Dead. That was another one.
That was early 2000s on the Dreamcast. Now I had it on the PS.
But they brought it on to Xbox too.
Dead Overkill. They brought Shinobi back for that PS2. But that's what I'm saying. These a billion Sonic games. I can start naming them.
Well, Sonic the money for them, so you can't blame them. You know, it ain't about fans. At the end of the day, it's about paying people, and Sonic makes money.
Yeah, but they're making their own console big. They just need to get, back. I always wondered about Apple never making a console. And I know they even used it in one of their commercials as far as PC games.
I think they never did it because most companies, I think they never did it because most companies, including the hardcore Nintendo, are moving towards software. So a lot of people like gonna stop doing consoles because there's so many ways to play a game nowadays.
Yeah, but I'm like, Apple, I always wondered about that. Right before he died, they said that Bill Gates and Steve Jobs had a private conversation. What was that, the apology moment?
Now that was the last time he was gonna buttfuck him.
Or his promise that he will never try to take Apple over.
Too late.
Shut up. But I used to hear all types of stuff like that. Microsoft, their gaming division, got the rights to Killer Instinct.
Yeah, and I never played it. I never seen it. So I can't tell you anything about it. I remember hearing about that. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to tell you something, though. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. Listen. I'm going to tell you something. Xbox got a streaming system called Game Pass. And on Game Pass, Killer Instinct 1 and 2 is on there. I can say that much. I played them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had gold on the N64, but that's what I'm saying. They go forward. That's when Nintendo learned the error of their ways when they stuck Sweat in Mortal Kombat 1. I still understand Kano's fatality. He still put his hand in chest, but is that just a bunch of plasma that comes out and he's not holding anything? It was like they would never. That's what they. It was